welcome back to Conquer Crochet. My name's Karen Stangram and this is the January vlog. So the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed something. I have another finished WIP. Yay! I'm on target for doing one a month now, which is amazing. So here's a closer look at what I did with this blanket. So it's a basic moss stitch made in a variegated yarn. The yarn was from Hobbycraft, and I decided once I got it to the length I wanted, and it's one that just comes across the body. It's not a big bedspread thing. It's not even a single bed size. It's just sort of, I know it'll go over my body, and there's a few inches at the side so I can have it on the sofa and be comfy underneath the blanket. So when I'd finished it and got it to the length that I wanted it, I went round and did a single crochet border all the way round. I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible because the yarn is so gorgeous. The sparkle in it is really subtle, which is lovely. So I finished the bed runner last month and I finished this blanket this month. So I haven't decided what next month's is going to be, but I have started another new project. Now we're hoping to decorate the lounge at some point, and I want to go with sort of bluey tealy colours. So I've chosen this colour here, and I've made a little start, and I'm not going to sort of beat myself up over this one if I don't get it done in time. And I've started doing it in basket weave stitch. I don't think I've done a whole blanket in basket weave stitch. I've done one that had a square of basket weave, but not one that was the whole thing basket weave. So that's my little mindfulness blanket. So there will be some of that happening this month, but not sure yet what I'm going to be doing with the other projects, which one to choose. So if you can hear any noise in the background, work has started on the garage conversion. Yay! So we've got possibly another 2 weeks to go, but they're going great guns. I think they were putting in doors today, so hopefully I can show you that in next month's video, because I didn't really want to film whilst the guys were there doing the work. So I have a little clip here of what it was like when we first started and where we got up to as of yesterday. So let's see the progress so far. So this is the outside of our garage, so it looks sort of quite cottagey. So we're actually blocking up the doorway to make a window, and then the two double garage doors are going to be French doors on the front of the property. So inside, you can see there's a staircase, so there's a mezzanine floor, and then obviously the double garage. So that corner there is going to be the bathroom. This is the upstairs, so it was a gym by the previous owners. So work has started, and we had Skip arrive, which was all very exciting, especially because they didn't know how to get it in with the mounting step outside. So there's McCavity, the cat. And this is all the insulation that's going to be going into the walls. That window there is going to be replaced, as is that window there. So this is the upstairs as it currently stands. There are lots of builders' stuff around, which is nice. And we're putting in a wall along there as well to try and keep some heat in the upstairs. So this is the new Velux window. We had to get one that was compliant with safety regulation, so that's a new one that's gone in there. And we've lifted all the floorboards up so that extra insulation can go in, and the lights, the spotlights for downstairs can be wired in. And they've taken the banister out there as well. So this area here will be the kitchen, and they've already started boxing off the wall for where the bathroom will be. So there'll be a shower room, toilet, wash basin, that kind of thing in there. And then back upstairs, so they've been putting insulation into the walls or into the roof, and they've drilled out where the spots are. So I think there's 6 spotlights downstairs. So those are all ready to go. and this is when they've put in first fix electrics and plumbing, and they've put the stud wall insulation on one side. Still lots of insulation left to go and lots of builders stuff. The door had come out as well, and they've blocked in where the bathroom's going to be, so that's all been studded out. And here you can get to meet McCavity again. Hello. And then if you have a look upstairs, that would be a cupboard under the stairs, sorry. And then we're going to go upstairs and see what else they've done up there. So if we look up, you can see they've actually put that wall in now, and that wall's been plastered. So I was very carefully going up these stairs so I didn't touch any of the wet plaster work. But yeah, it looks completely different up there now when you've got these extra walls in. So there'll be a doorway through here. And obviously we've got new flooring going down. Just waiting for the windows to arrive so that we can then plaster that wall as well. But yeah, it's all looking really good upstairs. I reckon next week we'll probably be able to start putting the laminate down. So that's where we're up to so far. It's looking good. It's a lot bigger than I imagined it to be. In my head I was thinking garage being small, but our last garage was only a single garage. Obviously this was a double garage, so it's going to be so much bigger. And once you see sort of the walls in place, you can really sort of visualise how it's going to look in the end, which is great. So I have a couple of purchases. So this is the Stitch Marker Club and some extra stitch markers that I just liked. And Amanda from Mrs. G Makes, who does the Stitch Marker Club, she very kindly put them all in the same envelope for me, so I didn't have to pay for the postage on both, which was great. So I've got a lovely box here with a little thank you. So let's see what we've got in this month's club. So I'll come to the Stitch Marker Club in a minute. So this is the first one. Lovely little spotty purple bag. Oh, so cute. And he is a lovely little gummy bear. So he's a lovely little gummy bear on a stitch marker. Very, very cute. Really like him. So he was an extra one that I bought from the shop. But I like him. Thank you, Amanda. Right, let's have a look at the Stitch Marker Club. Now I may go over to my table and show you these because I think it'll be easier for you to see them. So another spotty bag, smaller spots this time. Now I've just signed up for the 12-month Stitch Marker Club. And with the 12-month, you get a special little tin to put your stitch markers in, although I'll probably be keeping mine on the little hooks that I have all my stitch markers on. And a lovely little message saying welcome to the February Stitch Marker Club. So let's have a look at what we have in this month. Oh wow, these are very much Emily in Paris. I like these. So we have an Eiffel Tower. How cool are they? Love that. In fact, when I was little, I used to have a little pendant of the Eiffel Tower, so that's quite reminiscent of the little pendant I had when I was a child. That's lovely. And then there's a little handbag or a suitcase that has Paris on one side, and on the other side it has Paris and the Eiffel Tower and London and the Union flag, which is lovely. So thank you very much, Amanda. They are marvellous, and I've changed my my preference. I used to really like the lobster clip fasteners, but I've gone for the lever arch ones this time because I was finding using the lobster ones I was chipping my nail varnish on the end, so I've gone for ones that I can pull apart no matter how long my nails are. they're not in a very good state at the moment, so I need to sort those out. So apologies if you're here for the nail varnish colour, there's nothing at the moment. So February saw a weekend of crazy stormy weather. We were affected, but not too badly. So if you watched my vlog back in Vlogmas, we took one of our 2 cypress trees down, and the roots, I think it was called the buttress root, had snapped and it was really blowing about. We were allowed to take that one down because it was dangerous. We weren't allowed to take the other one down because we live in a conservation area. We needed to get permission to take it down. Well, Mother Nature had other ideas and decided she wanted it to come down during Storm Eunice. So let's have a look at the result of that. So this is what happened to our tree. It completely snapped along the trunk, and you can see down by the root ball it just wasn't secure enough in the ground for the height of the tree. It was just crazy. With all those winds, it just blew and blew, and just amazed that it actually went down between the garage and our neighbour's house. Now, it did take off a little bit of their guttering and it took down their downpipe, but gosh, it could have been so much worse. It did miss their chicken coop, which was just on the other side of that wall. It sort of went across the top, so thankfully no chickens were harmed. So the eagle-eyed amongst you might also have noticed, as well as my finished WIP, that my hair colour has changed slightly. So my hairdresser, lovely Katie, we had a good long chat, and I'm trying to sort of have my hair so that it doesn't look too obvious when the grey comes in. We don't talk about grey. When the silver blonde ash, when the ash grows in. So I'm trying different colours at the moment to see which ones I prefer, because my hair's quite dark anyway, so when the grey comes in with the dark, it's really, really obvious. So my thinking was, if there's some blonde on the top, then the grey won't look so obvious when it grows back. Anyway, it's a bit of an experiment, see what happens. I'm not quite ready to embrace the grey yet. But yes, I'm quite liking the blonde-ish. It's not sort of blonde. It's sort of a, I don't know what colour you'd call it. Strawberry blonde? Don't know, I'm quite liking it though. So I made another purchase this month, and this is Amanda Bloom's little box of crochet. And I decided to buy one of her random boxes. So you have no idea what's going to be inside. Could be absolutely anything from any of her past boxes. So let's go over to my table and have a look and see what we got. So some of you might know Amanda Bloom of Little Box of Crochet and Little Box of Knitting has decided to stop doing her subscription boxes. She's hoping to maybe do 1 or 2 boxes a year, but not on the subscription basis. I think that was her plan. So she has a warehouse full of bits that were left over from boxes. So if you had something missing in your box, they would break open another box to send you the piece that was missing, and then they'd end up with part boxes. They'd maybe over-ordered on some things. So she basically had this warehouse full of random stuff. And she decided, which I think is a great idea, to put them into boxes and to sell them as random stuff boxes. So this is a complete surprise. I have no idea what's in here. It could be something that I've had previously. It could be something completely different. So we'll find out. So let's have a look what's inside the box. Let's take that off there. So beautifully wrapped in this tissue paper. I can feel something hard. Let's have a look. So I'm going to lift them out separately so don't spoil any surprises. So we have Cosmic Skinny Scarf, Fly Me to the Moon, Let Me Play Among the Stars. So in here we have a lovely little pattern book. So it's sort of talking you through what was in that box that month, but then you've got the pattern that came with it. You get to meet the designer, and then there's some spacey facts at the back, which is nice, and space masks which you can buy. Okay. So yeah, so that's one of the booklets that would be inside the subscription box. So I've got the free pattern. Obviously I need to go and source the yarn myself. So these boxes aren't complete kits, they're just random things. So we've got that one there, so just pop that to the side there. Okay, what else is in here? So there's another one here. Oh, lovely. So there's the Frida Kahlo cameo and brooch. I quite like Frida Kahlo. I had to do a project for school. Not when I was in school. I taught a project in school about her, actually during the lockdown. So again, you've got the things that are inside, and the different patterns and things. The notes section, something about the designer, which is always interesting to read about. So that's lovely. So I've got 2 patterns, which is great. What's this one? Amanda Bloom's Little Book of WIPs. That's a great idea. So something I can make a note of my WIPs in now that I've sorted them all out. So I can make a note of all my WIPs and I can keep them in a little book on my desk. That's a really great idea. I like that one. And conveniently they're all the same size, so that's lovely. Okay, we've got a little card here, which is 2 little bunny rabbits sitting having a picnic. There's a little postcard. I like these sort of things that could go into a frame and just be a nice unusual picture. And they're having a nice glass of red wine, which I totally agree with. I think that's a brilliant idea. Picnic with red wine. Lovely. So there's a couple more postcards in here I can see. So there's a nice one of the United Kingdom. And there's a daffodil and a little sheep for Wales, and we're just about here at the moment. So that's great. I like that one. And what else have we got here? So let the sea set you free. So that's lovely. I like that. I think I'm going to frame some of these and pop them up on my wall. I think that'd be a nice idea. What else have we got? Oh, I like this saying, my favourite colour is October. That's perfect because my favourite season is autumn. I love all the colours on the trees. It's the fact that we can really start getting cosy and sometimes turn the fire on and, you know, get the crochet out and don't feel guilty about sitting down crocheting all day because it's cold outside. Love that one. Oh, that's quite a nice one as well, these different faces looking at each other. That's really cool, I like that. Right, okay, what's next? Next is, oh, it's a lovely iron-on badge. Embroidered badge. I wonder if it would be better without the, can I open that? It's just the light's reflecting. Oh, it won't come off. There we go. The light was reflecting on it too much. What a lovely, lovely iron-on patch. I wonder what I can put that on. If you've got any suggestions, let me know in the comments below where I could put that, because that's gorgeous. Really love that. So that's a jennymaisels.com. And she's in Hampshire, in Romsey, so not far from where I used to live. That's gorgeous, like that. Okay, what have we got here? I think this is a little like photo frame. How does that open up? Does it slide out? Oh, there must be a way that you can open it up and put a little picture inside the frame. You can hang that. That might be quite nice to do something for Christmas and maybe have it as a little tree decoration. Lovely. See, they're all things that I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy, but because I have them, I can make something of it, and then you suddenly get inspiration for a whole new project. So I really enjoyed boxes like this. It didn't say where that one was from. And we've got some yarn. Let's have a look. Ooh. So this is the Rosé Yarn and Colours Glamour, which actually came with the Father Christmas. I think it was the Father Christmas, or the, yes, it was the Father Christmas. And in fact I can see some more. Ooh, there's more in there. So there's part of the Father Christmas had this, the advent calendar box. It's a really nice yarn to work with, and also a nice one that you can double up with another yarn just to give it that little bit of sparkle. I've got an idea for this. I wonder what I'm going to do with that though. Right, have a look at the next yarn. So again, this is a Yarn and Colours. This is Charming. And this is a satay, so it's a variegated yarn, and it's 68% acrylic and 32%, 68% cotton, 32% acrylic. So I can use a 3.5mm hook with that. That's lovely. What weight is that? So it's 50 grams. Thinks I might be able to do a cowl. Maybe I could put the two together somehow. That might be quite nice. Right, I'm going to pause here for a second because my battery's about to run out, so I will see you in 1 second. There we are, you didn't even notice I'd gone. Okay, so we've got some other nice bits in the bottom here. Oh, there's another yarn here. So this is the gold, no, this is silver. That looks more like gold. I think they might have the wrong label on there. So this is another glamour one. So maybe I could make something that has two different colours of gold in it. That might be quite nice. I wonder what they'd be like if you put them together. Thinks. Yes, that says silver, but that's definitely gold. It's not silver. Right. In fact, I think I've got some of this left over from the garland I made throughout Advent, so I could probably add to it so I'd have a little bit extra, so that's great. Loving that. Okay, what we've got here, we have, oh lovely, so I've got a 4mm crochet hook with a nice wooden handle. So that's really nice, I like that. Feels quite ergonomic. In fact, I can spy another crochet hook in here as well. What size is that one? So that's a 4.5. You can never have enough 4mm crochet hooks in my opinion, because I always manage to lose them. And they always end up in bags. So that's really nice, and they're really nicely finished. I like those. Lovely. Right, I can see a little head popping out here. What are you? Oh, I'm going to take him out the packet. So he's a nice little shawl pin or a hat pin. Isn't he lovely? A little hair. Oh, I like him. I'm going to have a look back through their blog posts and see what initially they'd intended him for. But I mean, that could be just a nice lapel pin, or as I say, could take the end off and just have him as a hat pin, or I could use him as a scarf pin. I think he's lovely. God, it really is like Christmas here. Love that. Right, oh, we've got some tissue paper. Move that out the way. Right, what have we got here? We've got some stitch markers. So I think these might have been from one of their Christmas makes. There's a little stocking. In fact, I think they're all stockings. So I've got 3 Christmas stockings. Lovely. Well, in fact, I was going to make more of the Christmas stockings that were on the Advent calendar, so I can use those when I make the Christmas stockings. Lovely. I do love a stitch marker. These ones are acrylic, I think. So like acrylic-y plastic. You know, nicely made. I wonder if these were Copo UK. Right, what else have we got? Oh, I got lots of stickers of little box of crochet. Now that is random. I wasn't expecting those. Not quite sure what I do with those. Again, let me know in the comments, what would you do if you had several stickers of little box of crochet? I could put them in every time I finish a crochet project from one of the boxes, or I could use them as yeah, put them in my WIP book to remind me when I need to work on something that's little box of crochet related. Is that it? Is that, oh no, there's more stitch markers. Gosh, right, so that is the end there. So I actually have 6 of these stitch markers to go on here. So that's quite a lot of stuff actually. So what have we got? Let's have a quick go through again. So we've got 6 stitch markers with the lever arch. Oops. Lever arch clasps. We've got the pin. We've got 2 gorgeous wooden crochet hooks. We have 2 of the glamour yarns. Move these down a bit. Try and get it all on in one shot, that'd be nice. Obviously I've got the stickers. We've got the charming yarn. The lovely little photo frame idea, loving that. The gorgeous iron-on badge. No, not a badge. What do I want to call it? Iron-on patch. That's probably nicer because it's not a badge. It doesn't have a pin. And we have a few postcards as well. I think that one and that one are my favourites. And Amanda Bloom's little book of WIPs. Such a genius idea. Love that. And then the two crochet pattern books. And I think it was £15, which frankly you could probably get some hooks and some stitch markers for that and that'd be it. But to get the patterns and the badge and all the other little bits, I'm really pleased with that. That's a lovely little crochet haul. So she doesn't do them very often, but keep an eye out on the Little Box of Crochet website. I believe they were under past boxes. So if you want to get one, you need to get one quick because I don't think she'll be doing them for very long because once it's gone, it's gone. One of the warnings she does have is if you order 2 boxes, she can't guarantee that you'll get different things in the box. So if she was packing this box and a second box that I also order, I could end up with 2 of the same yarn, which wouldn't be a problem necessarily, but you might end up with 12 stitch markers that you maybe don't want 12 of the same thing. You may end up with 2 of the same little bits, you may end up with 2 lots of the same patterns, so that's kind of why I just went for the one box just to see what was in there, and I'm really pleased. So for much of February I've been working on the new course for the Conquer Crochet Business School. I've actually split it into 2 separate courses at the moment. As I was doing things, it was just growing and growing and growing, and I kind of thought if you had a course like this you would probably just go, forget it, there's just too much to do, I'm not going to do this. So I've tried to split it down into sort of more digestible parts. and obviously then it would be a cheaper course because you're just getting a smaller bite-sized chunk as you go through. So the first part of that is coming out next week if you're watching this in real time, so it's the 1st of March 2022. But if you're watching me on my social media, so I'm at Conquer Crochet on Instagram and on Facebook, and also on Pinterest. So if you watch out there, you will see when I do the launch next week, and there is a bit of an early bird sale, so if you're interested and you want to get in early, that's what you need to do. So I've also been working on my other business, which is Frith Friends, where I make these cute little notebooks. I've been trying to come up with some new designs and things that will go on the front of my notebook. So we have a very cute little Charlie the koala, I think. Been trying to decide on names and we're not really sure. I know Kylie the koala, that was the one we came up with. So it was Kylie, I think it was Charlie the monkey. Trying to remember, I think it was Peter that came up with Charlie the monkey. So Peter, if you're watching, love that one. Jules came up with a few ideas for what to call the pig, along with Wilbur, Peanut, Penelope. So loving those. I think I'm liking Peanut, and somebody else, my Monster Woolly, came up with, I just let my brain work, Truffle, I think it was. So that was another name. I haven't quite decided on that one yet, so could be Truffle, could be Truffle Wilbur. I might do a girl one actually. I might put a little flower on it. I could have a girl and a boy then, so we could have Truffle and Penelope. They sound like quite a dashing couple, you know, walking through the sty. Love that. And then we have the lovely little ladybird as well. I've been trying to make a ladybird for a long time. Couldn't find a pattern that I liked. So little ladybird, and these all go on notebooks. I used to do cards as well, but I found the notebooks actually sold better, so I stuck with the notebooks. And whilst I was doing that, I was getting up and down off this sofa, which is quite a low sofa actually. Trying to, you know, I'd sit down and think, oh, I haven't got this, or I haven't got that. Because normally I would sit at my table to do crocheting things, but I just fancy sitting on the sofa. So I thought, you know what? I need a tray that has everything on it. You'll never guess what colour this one is. It's pink. So I have a tray here. I would do a picture of the top, sort of a flat lay of it so you can see, but it has space for my yarns that I'm currently working on. I've got crochet hooks, I've got pin cushions, I use sequins for the eyes, so I've got the little packets of sequins or bottles of sequins there, and my cottons. So I got this tray, it's a wooden tray, in Dunelm. I think it was £10, and then I bought, I think these are Wham. Yeah, Wham. Had to stick with the George Michael theme. So I've got these little grey trays in 2 different sizes, and these were like £1 each, £1.50 each, something like that. So I've got those to go on the tray just to sort of segment all the different bits so that I could, you know, have little things in there and they wouldn't be all over the place. So that's my new tray and I am loving it. It sits on my footstool, or it sits next to me, and I don't have to keep getting up and down, which is marvellous, especially because I hurt my hip when I went swimming this week. I'm not sure if I pulled a muscle or if there's a problem with my hip. So I'm going to give it a couple of days to see how it goes. I might have to go to a chiropractor if there's something a little more sinister. I might have trapped a nerve in there or something, I'm not sure. It's my own fault. There was an aqua aerobics class on and I started joining in with the aqua aerobics. Anyway, so that's it for the February vlog. Coming up in March, I'll be able to show you, hopefully, fingers crossed, the complete transformation of the garage. But we're really excited about that moving on, and lots of other exciting things coming up in March, and hopefully spring will be coming soon. You can see little bits of it in the garden at the moment, but you know, I'm really hoping that this horrible weather goes away and then we can actually start getting some nicer weather, which would be lovely. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and happy hooking!